Well, from Sunday, July 11th to Monday, July 19th, will be an exciting time for the Border City here in Lloydminster as they are hosting the North American Chuckwagon Championships. Joining me today to break this down is Greg Buchanan. Greg, thanks for taking this time and joining me.
Well, thanks for having me, Evan.
Now, Greg, obviously 8 days coming up of exciting racing. Just jumping into things here, Bucky, what can we expect from these 8 days here coming forward?
9 days. It starts Sunday, it wraps up Championship Monday. So we've got 9 days, and it's going to be a little different from the Calgary Stampede. Stampede is 10 days, but regardless of that, it's going to be 9 days. And I think the one key thing you're going to hear from a lot of the drivers, and just like the Calgary Stampede, talk about barn management and making sure your horses are ready to go each and every night, because every run's very important. I think for many of them, the first 3 or 4 nights kind of determines how those last 4 are going to work out for you and where you want to be in the standings. But it's going to be exciting. And I think it's not just the 36 drivers. You have a lot of other things going on. You have the Indian Relay for the first 3 nights here, which is huge. And if anybody's ever seen the Indian Relay and they haven't seen it, you got to get out to see it. We have a mentorship heats, which brings these rookie drivers that maybe never had a shot at going to that big show down south in Calgary that get a chance to be part of this show. And then on top of that, you have a heritage heat with a man, Brian Laboucade, 6 Canadian championships, Ray Mitzwing, 7. So great to see where the sport is being promoted in so many different ways here over the next 9 days, from those 36 drivers to the rookie drivers to going back in history to some of the legacy. So we're looking back to the past, to the future, and to the present. So one thing that the North American Chuckwagon Championship is really doing is promoting the sport of chuckwagon racing in a very positive light.
Now, Bucky, just touching on a point you made, they're obviously great company with Laboucade and Mitzwing there. I guess just take me through a little bit. What exactly is going to be going down at the Heritage Heat there?
The Heritage Heat is just 2 drivers that have a great history. They were in the wagon box for decades, and going to give some fans, some old, some young, a chance to see some living legends on the track and just have a little bit of fun with it. At the end of the day, it's just another race. But at the end of the day, trust me, I know Brian and Ray, and Brian wants to win, but so does Ray. So don't just because they're past 65 years of age, there's still that competitive juice that gets into you once you grab the lines.
Well, and Ray Mitzwing, just finished up in 2019. So it's not even that long since his Chuckwagon career just wrapped up there. Now, Greg, obviously, you followed the CPCA and Chuckwagons for a long time, going to the Calgary Stampede and different events like that. Now, with the WPCA and the CPCA matching up here and sort of mixing for this event, is there going to be, are we going to see anything different? Is the racing dynamic change at all?
Well, I don't know if it really changes, but sometimes on the tour, the CPCA Pro Tour and the WPCA Pro Tour, you have a habit of racing against the same guys weekend after weekend after weekend. So you know what to expect from each one. But when you get locked into a heat with guys you've never raced against before, then you don't really know what to expect. You kind of a bit of a feeling out process for the first couple of nights to see, okay, does this guy like the rail? Does this guy take a wide turn off the barrels? All those little different things. You'll find out who has run coming home because it's a bigger track, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a chance to see a few drivers that are going to be coming here for the North American Championship have never raced in Lloyd, and that's going to be a fun thing too. And keep in mind, in the 2019 Calgary Stampede Championship Dash for Cash, 3 of those 4 drivers are here this week in Lloyd, so that's going to be fun.
Now, with all of this being said, and like you said, some of these drivers have never been and raced in Lloyd here. So for some of the people who don't know WPCA drivers as well, Bucky, do you have a favorite going into this week of racing?
Oh, it's I'm going to put going to put me on the spot because I would say here's a dark horse. And while I'd say Todd Baptiste had a great show in Onion Lake, so he's going to be up the top. You got Logan Gorse, 2019 Calgary Stampede champion. He's got to be near the top. I like Luke Tournier, the way he's coming on, especially of late, especially in Onion Lake, and he likes his track here. So Todd and Ryan Baptiste, BJ Carey, don't count him out, knows his track. But one guy that maybe a lot of people aren't talking about is the man that won the Calgary Stampede Championship in 2009, was Chad Harden. And Chad has always been a contender in the WPCA. He's here. And unfortunately for Chad, he was suspended by the Calgary Stampede for an incident on the track. And it probably did not sit well with Chad. So here's Chad's redemption here at the North American Championship. And there's so many people, fans and sponsors in a way, are kind of putting their, you know what, up to the Calgary Stampede. So here is Chad Harden, his perfect opportunity to do that on the track this week in Lloyd.
Well, Bucky, it should be an exciting week moving forward for anybody who cannot get to the track. You can listen to Greg Buchanan himself on Real Country 95.9. Greg, thank you very much for taking this time and joining me.
Thanks, Evan.